others group of students, or okay, have other group of students here. Okay, can you all respond to me if you are not from the numerical methods student, engineer mathematics 4 student, or you are mean you take other mathematics, please let me know. Just type in the chat there. No response. If no response, I assume all of you are from the background of taking the numerical methods subject. And and have you downloaded the emulator? Can you have I sorry, have I shared the screen or not? Yes, screen sharing because I couldn't see in another one. Okay, can someone respond? Okay, have I shared the screen? Okay, yes, yes. Thank you. Okay, so please you can from the Google Drive link, please download the the PDF of the slide and the emulator. And this emulator, make sure the computer never download it before, and you can use it for 90 days only, start from the day you download it. So 90 days. Yeah, so you can see some because I seldom use a Zoom, and I couldn't see the how to do screen in because you have two monitors here. I couldn't see on another screen. I'm not sure whether it's share already share. Thank you. So we are going to the content. Because to this emulator, I cannot open it in the Microsoft presentation mode, so that's why I can only open in this PD. In this is a H mode. So the content for today, since I assume that you are all from numerical methods, hence the initial contents in the slide I have prepared including the complex menu, vector menu, and statistic menu. Maybe is your the if engineering mathematics 5, maybe this one. So the red color here, I will skip. Just focus on more on the spreadsheet menu for your numerical methods. First of all, you can reset your calculator. To reset the calculator, you have here shift menu. Shift menu. Sorry, this is setting. Shift 9. Let me see. Shift 9. So to reset the calculator, you press you can see the command and the screen. So Shift 9. So you can either you want to set up the data, or the memory, or initialize all. So we just to initialize all to clear out all the memory here. So number 3. And then press equal. Press AC key, reset initialize or press AC key. This is to initialize everything. Clear out all the memory. And if you have any questions, you can just interrupt voice up. Later on. And then in the setting up menu here, you can after you clear out all the memory, you can initialize setting up your calculator by pressing Shift the menu button, or actually Shift is for the yellow color button. So Shift set up actually, and then you can have the input, output, angle unit, number format, engineer symbol. Let's say number 1, you press input output. You have 4 type of input output. where, okay, number one, max input, max output. Okay, you can see here, number one, max input, max output. Okay, and then, okay, what is the max input, max output? I mean, easily you can see it from here. So max input, max output, okay, exactly when you, okay, type in, let's say in fraction, we'll see in the natural display, and the result will be in the max output, also natural display in the, okay, in the fraction form. So let's say you have a 2 divide 5 plus 9. Okay. So this is number one, max input, max output. Okay, number two, max input, decimal output. So you key in into the natural display and it will convert it to the floating point. Okay, maybe the setup I will go quickly. And then the line, okay, input, line, output here. Exactly, this is for the old calculator, the MS. You couldn't see in the natural display. So you will see, okay, the fraction in this form. 2, okay, this is this stands for the fraction 2 over 4 plus 9 over 23, and the result is in the, okay, the old form of the, okay, fraction form. Okay, number 4 is a line input, decimal output. So you in the, okay, old form of the fraction, and we get in the decimal point. Okay, if I'm so fast, okay, please, okay, voice up. Okay, number 2, okay, set up the angle unit. Okay, is encouraged that you always, okay, set up the angle unit in radian in case you have the trigonometric calculation. Okay, to set up, okay, in the radian, so you go to shift, okay, set up angle unit. Number 2, angle unit, you have degree, radian, radian and gradient. So you set number 2 radian. So for example, you have the cos, okay, maybe pi, cos, where's the pi, there's a pi, here, cos pi. You get, okay, -1. Cos, so on top you can see this, okay, the radian. So for numerical method, it is always advisable that you always set in radian. It wouldn't affect, okay, other calculation. But if you set in degree, let's say you have a trigonometric function involving sin, cos, okay, tangent, and so on, and you forgot to change it in radian mode, then the result will be wrong. Okay, and then we move to number, okay, formats. Okay, the number formats, okay, here, number 3, so shift set up. Okay, number 3, number format. You can have the fixed, okay. So in the numerical method also, okay, we always, okay, we use 4 decimal place, hence you can choose number 1. Okay, when you choose number 1 here, number 1, okay, is either you want to see here, you have fixed, okay, scientific, okay, format or the normal format. Okay, if you choose number 1, and then for the numerical method, we would like to fix 4 decimal place, hence you type key in 4. Okay, so we have a 4 decimal place. So -1 just now will display in term, okay, we got the, okay, 40 there. So total is 4 decimal place. Okay, if number 2, if you from number format, okay, number format, you choose, okay, scientific, okay, scientific. Okay, and then let's say you, okay, scientific also you want, let's say 4 decimal place. Okay, so here -1 time, okay, .00 times 10 to the power of, okay, 0 here. So this is a, okay, scientific, okay, notation. Scientific notation. Number 3, this is a normal, okay, normal one. For example, here if you choose, okay, normal, you have 1 and 2. Let's say, okay, you press, okay, 1 divide 3, you have here this result. Okay, let's say shift, no. Number 3, okay, the norm. Let's say you choose 1, I'm not sure. 1, let's say divide 3, you get this one. Okay, okay. Why? Let's see. Suppose I choose number format. Number 3, okay, choose 1. This one, okay, can you get the result, okay, in the slide here? Okay, if not, okay, mean I will check back this one why I couldn't get. Okay, but for numerical method is normally we'll use we fix 4 decimal place. So this number format, the first setting, fix it to 4 decimal place. Okay, and then engineering symbol, to turn on the engineering symbol, you can go to the shift menu, the engineer symbol number 4 is either you turn on or you turn off. Okay, if you turn on, let's say you press here, mean the fraction 1, 1/3, it will convert, you see this is a milli, and then if you off, you won't see the engineering symbol there. Okay, so this is for the engineering symbol. Okay, and then set up number 5, is to set up the fraction result. Yeah, clear first shift menu. Okay, so when you press shift menu, the first screen you can see input, output, and then the angle unit. Okay, number format, engineer symbol. When you press down, you still have the fraction result, complex statistic spreadsheet. So the first one's fraction result for you to set up the fraction result. Okay, let's see here. So you can have the the first format or the second format. So if the first format, let's say you put 8 divide 3, so you get this result. Okay, if you choose the second one, in the fraction result, the second one, you get in this form 8/3. Okay, this is for setting up the fraction result. Okay, and then now we move to I think the normal mode, which is the calculation mode. Okay, so in this calculator, actually, when you press when you turn on, you press this menu button, you can see the first menu is actually the calculate. The second one is a complex. The third one is a base end calculation. The fourth is a for metric calculation. Number 5 is the vector. And number 6 is actually the statistic. Number 7, this is also for statistic, but related to the distribution. If those who learn, I think the next mathematics subject, the statistic or the engineering mathematics 5, you will need these two. You can use these two menu, number 6 and number 7, and then you have the spreadsheet. Where in today workshop we are going to focus on this one, because it's only this model of calculator you have this the distributions and the spreadsheets menu. And the table, as in the old calculator, the ES, or ES plus, you have the table. But the table in this in this classwork model, you can tabulate 2 functions, compared to the previous one, only 1 function. And then this one, the equation of function, also the new features, compared to the old model. This one, inequality, and the ratio. But I think your engineering subject, you didn't use this one. So basically today we are going to focus more on the spreadsheet. Okay, so now we go to menu number 1 is actually the normal calculation modes. Yeah. Okay, you can or you can press 1 to go to the the calculation modes. Okay, the calculation mode, in numerical, where normally we do all the calculation in this calculation mode, and for numerical method is a repetitive calculation. So you can key in the variable. You have a variable actually A, B, C, D, E, F, X, Y, M. Okay, to use all these variable, is red color. Then you press the the alpha button. Okay, if you want to use all the yellow color function, then you press the shift button. Okay, and you can use all these 9 variable to key in the formula for repetitive calculation in your numerical method subjects. Okay, I think most of you familiar with this one. And for this notes, the bracket here, this is the way I put up in the books, and also this slide here. So when you see here menu 1, this is calculate menu. Alpha mean you press the alpha button. X here I go to find the variable x because it is an alternate key, the red color. If I put the real button is a right parenthesis, so it will be confused to read alpha and then the right bracket. That's why I will to put the alternate key. Alternate key is actually the key on top of the main key, mean the red color and the yellow color. So if I put on the main key, so the key will read alpha and then right bracket, so it will be confusing to read. That's why for the alternate key, I will put it here this way bracket x. So mean the button is the real key, the main key alpha, and then the x here. So you go to find variable x. It's actually on top of the right parenthesis button there. So for example, we would like to calculate the function x minus cos x for x equal to -302. So you want to repeat it 3 times. Hence, you key in as a formula. So we want x minus cos x. So you press alpha and then find the variable x minus, and then find where the cos of alpha x. So there's what this mean the commands here alpha x minus cos alpha x, and then you press calculate. So this calculate menu let you do the calculation, which is repeat. Mean you want to repeat it, but there is not a pattern there. Mean you repeat, let's say -302. You couldn't see the pattern. Mean -3 to 0, the increment is 3 units, and then from 0 to 2, increment is actually 2 units. Mean like here. Mean you see from -3 to 0, the increment 3 units, and then from 0 to 2, the increment is 2 units. So we use a calculate menu, a calculate button. If the increment is consistent, mean let's say you would like to tabulate x minus cos x for x from -3, from -3 with increment, let's say 1 up to 2, then we can just use table menu. So first of all, we look at this one when you want to calculate where the x is not uniformly increased, then you use a calculate menu. You want to calculate x for -3, you press -3. So you get the result. Here, and then let's say we set to 4 decimal place. So I think so you get the result in 4 decimal place. And then to calculate for a new x, so calculate again, x is 0. And then calculate again. Sorry, you need to press equal 2 times. So -1. And then you press again, x is now is 2. You get 2.4161. If you want to tabulate the function x minus cos x, where the x from -1, increment is 1 up to 2, you may use the table menu. From here you can go to search the table menu. Number 9, you may press 9 or equal. So the function is x minus cos. If I'm too fast, you may just raise up x minus cos x. So in this case, table menu compared to the old model, this one you can tabulate 2 functions. Let's say another function, x squared. So you can control the starting, ending with the uniform increment, which is the step here. Let's say -3, up and then equal, let's say up to, and then my 5, increment is 1. So you get, so this table will be useful when you when you learn the numerical integral, chapter 6, numerical integral. So quickly you just input the function starting, and then ending the increment. So the table menu, you see -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then then you can just go down, increase with the same increment. And then okay, if you want to see the graph, you can actually see left side to the calculate button, you have the options button. So press the option on top, you see the QR. So the yellow color, you press the shift. So shift option. Okay, and you may double click. If you use this emulator, you may double click. And if you use the real calculator, you can use a handphone to scan the QR code, and the graph will be shown in your handphone here. So this is y equal to x squared. This is just now the function x minus cos x. So with this will help you, let's say, in the to find the root of the non-linear equation. You can see the root, where the root happen when y equal to 0, or when you want to find the x intercept. Is there any questions?
Doctor?
Yes.
Can you repeat again, once again?
Yeah. Repeat which one?
Which from one? The step, from fx.
The table menu, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on, I have to see first. Okay, I clear everything. Okay, this table menu, you press equal. Okay, this table menu let you key in two function, compare all model. Okay, what function that you want? Okay, let's say the simplest one, x. Let's say cos x. So you can change set up the starting value, ending value, step side value. Okay, let's say I just put -5. Right. Equal step ending equal step equal. So the table menu will let you tabulate two functions quickly. Two functions quickly. We will just input starting value. Just now I input the start is -5. Okay. And then ending is 5. H is actually the increment is 1. So you increase 1 unit. Okay, and only for the new model, when you let's say you only tabulate until 5, you want to increase, then you go to the new x here, and you equal, it will increase. Okay, the ES plus it won't increase. Only this classic model you can increase. And if you want to see the graph, so you you scan the QR code. Okay, this one will help you, especially in the non-linear equation. Let's say you want to find, let's say the question said, sketch y equal to x, y equal to cos x. So the red color, this is y. Oh, in the H here I cannot write. So the red color is y equal to x. Okay, y equal to x. The blue color is y equal to cos x. So when you say sketch these two functions separately, and you see their the red color and the blue color are intercept. Intercept. So mean if you want to find the root of the nonlinear equation, can I write something here? Cannot write. Go back to here. Okay. If you have, let's say, the nonlinear equation fx equal to x minus cos x. Okay, of course, you can key in this function directly into calculator, ask it to plot, it can plot. Okay, but let's say the in the old time when we don't have the software, to see where is the root here, they may plot, let's say, y1 equal to x, y2 equal to cos x. And then, from the intersections of these two graphs, I think this one I have to move it to another one here. From the intersections of these two graphs, Hence, you know the root is actually, you can roughly read is actually from 0 to 2. 0 to 2 here. So it's okay. This table maneuver will help you, okay, when the question wants you to break that nonlinear equation into two functions, okay? So it help you to get the graph here. So is it okay, clear? Okay, how to okay, mean from calculation mode, we already jump to actually the table mode.
Doctor.
Yes.
If we want to calculate for the f prime or g prime.
Okay, f prime, z prime.
Is it the same thing?
Okay, derivative. Okay, this one. Okay, you want to calculate the derivative. Okay, the calculator, you can only calculate the derivative at the value, certain value. At the certain value, okay, for example, hold on, I turn on the okay, if you want to calculate the derivative, okay, you can go to the shift, okay, you see the integral button, this button, but you can only differentiate, okay, for discrete value. You won't get the function. Okay, let's say you want to differentiate x squared. Okay, if you want to differentiate x squared and then to get 2x, okay, the calculator cannot do it. It can only give you x squared when x equal to, okay, let's say 3. So you get 6. But if you want to get the derivative, okay, as a function 2x, okay, it cannot give, okay, it cannot perform. It only can perform the definite differentiation. So is it clear? Mean you can only perform the differentiation at certain x value only. You can it wouldn't give you 2x. If you want to get functions there, if you want to get ddx x squared get 2x, you have to use a mathematical software, okay, like Mapper. Calculator is only you can differentiate when x equal to 3.
Okay, Doctor, other question.
Yes.
From the previous table, can we add on one more? I mean, one more number like apa? In a table like a three. There's three. I want to add.
The table.
Yes.
Just now the table menu.
Yeah, table menu.
Okay, hold on. I go to the table menu. Okay.
9.
Number 9. Okay, number 9, and then.
And then I wanna go for 3.
Fx. I mean, your function is 3.
Yes.
3. Put in 3.
No. I mean fx
3 function.
Yes, betul. Yeah, betul.
Oh, 3 function cannot. This one only
cannot.
2 function.
Oh,
maximum 2 function.
All right.
This model maximum 2 function. The ES plus K maximum 1 function. So you can have 2 function only.
So if we want to do 3 function, how we want to do?
You have to use a mapper. Or MATLAB. Yeah. Or if you want to plot the graph of 3 functions, then maybe you go to Excel. This one can only 2 function. At most 2 only. Okay. And then still any more question?
No, Doctor.
Okay, since just now we jump to the table menu, okay, I will show you the table menu, what you can do. Why here, this one. Okay, let's say you look at this question from the chapter 2. Okay, this is make use of the table menu. Okay, for the nonlinear equation, chapter 2. You have the velocity v of a falling parachute is given by v equal to gm, okay, over c, okay, bracket 1 minus exponent negative c over mt, where the g is actually the gravity, okay, equal to 9.8067 meter per second squared. Given the mass m of the parachute is 70 kg, velocity v is 40 meter per second at time t equal to 10 seconds find the drag coefficient C by using the bisection method. Okay, bisection method, you need the interval A and B. Okay, but the question didn't give you the interval A and B. So how you know the interval A and B? You can use the table menu. Okay, and then first of all, you want to solve the C, right? So you plug in everything. V is 40, so 40. G is 9.8067. The M is 70. Okay, C is what we want to find. So 1 minus exponent negative C over M. M is, where's M already? 70. Okay, and T is 10, so times 10. Okay, and then you may simplify first, 0, 0. So you want to determine the C, find the coefficient. You want to find the C. Yeah? So you make it become the nonlinear equation FC. Okay, will be 9.8067 times 70 divide C. 1 minus exponent negative C over 7. Okay, I cancel each other the 0 there. So minus 40. So minus 40. So this will be the non-linear function, and you can key in this non-linear function into the table mode. Okay, table mode, and then we use if let's say you don't plot the graph, and then you can use the concept of intermediate value theorem. Okay, to see mean the intermediate value theorem, you see the value. Okay, if the FC, let's say the value, you have the FC A, FB, you have negative. So you check the value of the FC there. Okay. So at which range, FA, FB, you have negative. So mean the root will contain in AB. Okay. You can key in this one into the calculator. So we key in this nonlinear function into your calculator. Okay. In calculator here, also can in the fraction natural display 9.8067 times 70. Okay, and then divide. Okay, in the table menu C, you have to change it to X because it's only accept the variable X. So the X, and then you multiply 1 minus exponent is a shift ln. Okay, already simplify become negative. Okay, negative X over 7 minus 40. So check it before you press equal. So this is a non-linear equation that you key in 9.8067 times 70 divide the X. Because you change the C to X, so 1 minus exponent negative X over 7 minus 40. Okay, since I just want to see one function, I just make it 0. Or actually you can go to the setup there to turn off this one. So but for easy, because maybe next time you want to see two functions. That's why if the second function you don't want to see, I just make it 0. Okay, starting. Okay, we want to find where is the root. The root happen when let's say your C change the value, mean the FC change the value from positive to negative, and we have no idea what is the range, where's the range of the root. So I just follow the default setting where the starting is 1, ending is 5. Step is so mean I just accept the default setting. So you see here 1, 2, 3, 4. So mean when C is 1, the FC is positive. C is 2, FC is positive. C is 3, FC is positive. C is 4, still positive. 5 still positive. So this is the default value 1 to 5 with increment 5. Okay, so you see 1 to 5 still positive. So mean the root happen when FC equal to 0. To go 0 must be positive, goes to negative. Okay, so only this model, when you go down, you press equal, it will increase. So you see 6 still positive. So you equal again, 7 still positive. Equal again, 8 still positive. 9 still positive. Okay, 10 still positive. Okay, 11 still positive, 12 still positive, and then 13 still positive, 14 still positive, 15 positive. Okay, 16. Okay, now you see, okay, when the C here, 15 is 0.3955, 16 is negative 1.459. Hence, okay, the root is actually contained in 15 to 16, where you can use it to calculate, to start your bisection method. Because according to the intermediate value theorem, okay, F15, this is positive, F16 is negative, positive times negative, you have negative. So mean, okay, your function some sort like from positive go to negative in between 15 to 16. So, okay, that's guaranteed, okay, from 15 to 16, there must be a root. Hence you can use, okay, the result, mean this case 15 to 16 to start your bisection method. Okay, or you just, okay, tabulate and then you can just, okay, plot the graph. Well, unfortunately, this one cannot see the graph. Why? Let me see the slide whether you can see the graph. Okay. 1 to 5 you can see, okay, and then 1 to 15 maybe not enough. Only 1 to 5. Oh, 1 to 16. Okay, because initial setting is 1 to 5. Okay. Suppose, okay, when we set the setting, okay. So now you can, missing. Okay, so, okay, suppose we can change and the graph will be displayed. Okay, never mind. Okay, suppose normally we change, okay, you click the icon, the setting icon, you change it, and then you should be able to see the graph there. Okay, if not, we use the intermediate value theorem as, okay, just now. In the intermediate value theorems, F15 positive, F16 negative. So you have, okay, the product is negative. Hence, by using intermediate value theorem, that's guaranteed there is a root in the interval 15 to 16. Okay, this is about the table menu. Okay, do you have any questions?
No, Roger.
Okay, if no, I think table done. The equation mode, I think you're quite familiar, right? The equation modes. Okay, complex, okay, I skip, okay. And then the equation modes for your chapter 3, solving system of linear equation in the equation modes. Okay, and then where is it? Yeah, equation mode. Okay, equation modes you can solve, okay, simultaneous equation from option 1, 2 is a polynomial. So for simultaneous, you can solve up to 4 unknown. Okay, let me show the 4 unknowns one. The rest will be the same. So you just key in the coefficient for the, okay, 4 system of linear equation, and then you press equal. Okay, key in each value, press equal until you fill in all the coefficient, and then you press equal the solution. Okay, you can obtain the solution, okay, immediately. Okay, because it's already 10. So, okay, the rest you may refer, okay, to the slide. Okay, I will just, okay, straight away jump to the, okay, system of 4 linear equation. And let's say we pick up this example. Okay, solve this linear system of 4 unknown x1, x2, x3, x4. Okay, directly using the equation menu. Okay, here. Then you just key in the coefficient 1 and then press equal, 2 equal, 3 equal. Okay, key in row by row. Correct. I think I key in wrongly. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the second row 5, 2, 7, 8, 5, 2, 7, 8, then 0. Okay, the third one 9, 0, 3, 2, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Okay. So before you press equal, double check whether key in correctly. Okay, this is 3. So the first column 1593, second column 2204, okay, third column 3735, fourth column 4826, okay, and then the last column 3078, and then you just press equal. So we give you, okay, x is, okay, show you. Yeah, so you can get, okay, x is 2, okay, y is 13/4, okay, z is -/2, okay, the t is 11/4. So you, okay, this is actually, you tally back with the, okay, the unknown x1, x2, x3, x4. Okay, for, okay, linear system of 3 unknown, 2 unknown will be the similar, okay, way. Okay, still, any question, okay, for this one?
No, there.
Okay, if no, okay, what else? No. Okay, and then statistic, okay, we skip. Okay, we go to the matrix. Okay, matrix menu, you use it in chapter 7, eigenvalue. So you look at the matrix, okay, menu. Where's the matrix? Complex calculation. Metric. Okay, number 4 is a metric. You use this one intensively in the finding the the dominant eigenvalue and eigenvector. So this, okay, menu number 4. So you press 4 or you press equal. So in, okay, menu, okay, metric menu, okay, this model you can input up to 4 metrics, okay, plus 1 more metric answer. So compared to the old model, you can only A, B, C, 3 metrics, and the dimension, okay, of the metric is up to 4, okay, 4 by 4. Okay, and then let's say given this metric A 3 by 3, B is a 3 by 1. Okay, so we would like to, let's say, do the matrix, okay, A multiplied B, the product of matrix. So here, first of all, you have to define the metric A is a, okay. So you can see you can up to 4 rows. So we have a 3 up to 4 column. We have 3 by 3. So you input 3 and 3. Then you input, okay, the element of the matrix row by row. 4, 3, 0. So you have 3, 4, -1, then 0, -1, 4. So you see max A. So 4, 3, 0, 3, 4, -1, 0, -1, 4. Okay, and then to input the metric B, okay, you can, okay, clear the screen pressing the AC. Okay, and then to input, okay, another metric, you may, okay, you see the options, you press the options. Okay, and then options here can, number 1, let you define a new metric, or number 2, let's say metric A just now, Okay, you input wrongly, you want to edit, then you choose number 2. Okay, number 3 is to do the metric calculation. Let's say you want metric A multiply B, then you press 3 and then the multiply button, and then you choose 4. Then you will do A multiply B, CD, and then you can see, you go down. Okay, this is a max answer. The calculation that you perform will store in the max answer there. You can find the determinant of a metric easily. Okay, so this one is useful when you want to check whether the matrix A is symmetric positive definite, where you need to find the determinant. So it helps you, even though you have a 4 by 4 matrix, you can find the determinant easily. Or you can do the transpose of matrix, or you can get the identity of the matrix. And then these 3, I think I never use. Okay, so now I want to input matrix B, so I choose number 1. Okay, define matrix B, so you press number 2. Okay, B 3 rows. Okay, column 1, so press 1. Okay, and then input your matrix B, or exactly the vector 1 1 0. Okay, and then you can press. Okay, so this is how you input the matrix. You can clear the screen by pressing AC. Okay, then next, let's say you want to do matrix operations. A times B. Okay, you intensively do the matrix multiplication in chapter 7 when you want to find eigenvalue and its corresponding eigenvector. You want to do matrix A times vector B. Okay, hence press the options number 3. So the multiply button. Okay, if you cannot see, I press so fast, then you may refer to the slide here. So option 3 is for matrix A. This is multiply. Then option again 4 is for matrix B. So option again number 4 is matrix B. And then once you press equal, the product of A matrix A times B is 7 7 negative 1. Yeah. And then if you want to find inverse of matrix A, then you make AC to clear options. Okay, and then you press 3 for A, and then you want to find inverse. This inverse. Okay, you see, find the inverse button. Then you press the inverse button here. The inverse button. Okay, this one. Then equal. Then you can get the result here. The inverse of matrix A easily. So similarly, when you press option and then go down, you can find determinant of matrix A. So clear it, and then options, go down. Okay, determinant, and then options number 3, close the bracket. You get determinant of the matrix A. And then if you want to transpose it, I think transpose manually, you can transpose, no problem. Or you want to use a calculator, then again your AC options number 3. This one option go down. Option number 3 here is for the transpose of transpose. Then option 3 here is transpose the matrix A. 3. Then options number 3. Then you close it. So it transpose the A. Transpose means column become row, row become columns. Okay, this is quickly the matrix menu for you do the performing the the eigenvalue and eigenvector in chapter 7. Okay, do you have any questions here for the matrix menu?
No, Doctor.
Okay, if no, maybe we break about 5 minutes. Then we start back. I think mostly okay, hold on, let me see. We have covered calculation menu, and then matrix equations, the table. Then we can Okay, vector, do you need or not vector? Because numerical method, you only, I think the metric, menu vector, if engineering max 3, then you will use the vector menu here. So if not, I assume all of you are from the max 4 and numerical method subject, then I will just focus, statistic is the next subject. So I will straight away focus on numerical methods. Oh, hold on. Just now integral. Okay, we break forward and then later I continue back the the table menu where you can use it for the chapter 6 numerical integral, and then we'll focus back on the spreadsheet menu. So we break it maybe 5 minutes. So now it's 9:57. We break 5 minutes first.
Excuse me, doctor. Your mic is off. Your mic is off.
Yeah, thank you for reminding. Okay, here for the integral. This is for the chapter chapter 6. For your numerical method, this is chapter 6. Okay, you want to estimate the numerical integral. Let's say the question: estimate this integral by trapezoidal rule with n equal to 8. Okay, we use the numerical integral is normally if we cannot integrate that functions directly, then we need the numerical integral. Okay, we have a 3. Okay, I think the trapezoidal rule, Simpson 1/3, Simpson 3/8, and you have the Gauss quadrature. Okay, then since you haven't go through it in that topic yet, we'll quickly later on quickly let you know the trapezoidal rule formula. Okay, and we can actually before you perform using the numerical method, you can actually check the analytical solution directly using the calculator. Okay, find the integral button, key in the function. Okay, 1 plus. Okay, you have the exponent which is shift. Okay, ln and then x, alpha x. Okay, what I mean just now, for your the calculator can only perform definite integral. Definite integral. Definite mean you must have a case start and end limit of your x. Okay, for differentiation also only definite differentiation. Differentiation mean you ddx, the function fx at x equal to some value. So the calculator only perform definite integral, definite differentiations. So if you want, if you want indefinite, indefinite mean you don't have the limit of the integral, you don't know the point of differentiation. You can only use the mathematical software like Mapper or MATLAB. So calculator only definite. Okay, and then you key in from -2 to 1. You get 1.8137. Okay, this integral button I think is useful actually when you have the engineering mathematics 3 or the multivariable calculus. Okay. And then how are we going to use the table menu to perform your numerical integral quickly? Okay, because using the trapezoidal rule, you need to tabulate the functions, Okay, we want to integrate from -2 to 0, and then with n equal to 8, mean 8 interval, then you need to find the step side, which is actually b is the upper limit of your integral, a is the lower limit, divide by n is how many interval. Okay, means example, this is let's say this is a function. Okay, you want from this function may be -2, let's say up to 8. Okay, you want to divide it to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say 5. Okay, how many? Okay, how many sub interval there? So in this case, n is 8, mean we want to divide it into 8 sub interval. Then we need to find the step side h is actually take the upper limit, deduct your lower limit, divided by n. So the upper limit is 0, lower limit is -2, so 0 minus -2, so 0 plus 2 divided by 8. Hence you get the h is actually 0.25. Means from -2 you increase 0.25, so -1.75. Okay, if you do manually, mean this is the table for trapezoidal rule in numerical integral. When n equal to 8, the I is indicate the row, the row number. So okay, when n equal to 8 is actually I from 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 8. We always end with 8. And then okay, this is an x node, which is the mean the starting limit. X number 8 is the ending limit. Increment is actually the h here, 0.25. So if you perform manually, mean you will do negative 2 plus 0.25. You get negative point, okay? Negative 1.75. And then add up 0.25, get negative 1.5. Mean if you perform manually, then you need to manually add with 0.25 until the last value will be the upper limit 0. And then if you use the calculate menu, you need to calculate one by one. You need to calculate, okay, total is 9 times. Mean if you use a calculate menu, okay, in the normal menu, then you calculate this function, 1 plus shift, okay, exponent x here, yeah. You calculate, so x negative 2. So you get here 0.8808. Then calculate again. X now negative 1.75. Then you calculate, okay, 9 times. Okay, you perform all these 9 value. And then for trapezoidal rule, we break it into 2 columns. Okay, because okay, we are going to plug in into the formula later on. So to perform a much faster calculation, because the increment is consistent. You have the starting value, negative 2, ending value is 0. The increment is consistent, which is 0.25. So must well you just use the table menu instead of calculate menu. If you use calculate menu, you have to calculate 9 times. You calculate 9 times. Each time you have to input the x. Then if you press wrongly, then it's wrong. Your function is wrong. Then later on your numerical integral result is wrong. So it's better, okay, if you have a starting, ending, and with the uniform increment, then you better use the table menu. Okay, number 9. Okay, just key in the function 1 and then okay, 1 divide 1 plus exponent x. Okay, so okay, you key in the fx. Okay, gx I put 0. Later I'll show you. You can actually turn off this one also. Okay, starting is negative 2, and then equal, ending is 0. Ending is the upper limit. Okay, increment is a h here, mean the step. Okay, in the calculator step, step is actually the h increment. Increment is 0.25. Okay, because gx, okay, I make it 0, okay, because we have only one function. Then you can copy all the value quickly. Because we have it fixed to 4 decimal place. You can see all the value here. Then for trapezoidal rule, okay, initially the function of x is actually 1 column. Okay, for the calculation purpose, okay, of the trapezoidal rule, okay, this is actually the f node. In the trapezoidal rule, the integral of your fx dx from the a to b. Okay, using the trapezoidal rule is actually you have the formula is h over 2. Okay, you have the f node plus fn plus summation of fi, where the I equal to 1 up to n minus 1. This is a formula for trapezoidal rule. H over 2 f naught plus fn. Okay, f naught is a starting value. This one. This is a f naught. Fn is the last value of the f. So okay, we break into 2 columns because I want to sum f naught fn here. F naught plus fn will be the first sum. Okay, plus summation of fi, where the I from 1 up to n minus 1 is actually n minus 1 mean, okay, n is actually 8. So n minus 1 is 7. So 1 to 7. Sum up f1, f2, f3, f4, f5, f6, f7. So we sum it here. So this is sum 2, sum 1. Oh, sorry, the formula here, this one 2 times. So the trapezoidal rule is h over 2 f naught plus fn plus 2 times summation of fi, where the I from 1 up to n minus 1. Okay, so you use a table menu to help you quickly tabulate the function, and then you put it into the table according to the trapezoidal rule. If Simpson 1/3, later on you got 3 column and slightly different formula. Simpson 3/8 also 3 column, but you put into the column is according to the formula given there, and then you just plug in the result into the formula. You obtain it quickly. Then once you up to here, so h is 0.25, so h divided by 2. Sum 1 is actually f0 plus fn, 2 times summation of the internal f. And then you can go back to your normal calculation menu, perform it in one step. One step. 2. And then you have 1.3808 plus 2 times 5.0419. Perform it in one step so that you can reduce the rounding error. 1.4331. So this is a usage of table menu in chapter 6, the numerical integral, and also in the chapter 2, the nonlinear equation. When you want to break that nonlinear equation into 2 equations, it helps you to plot the graph, or table menu can let you see the function value change from positive to negative or negative to positive, and then you use the intermediate value theorem to know the interval of the roots. So this is I haven't go into the spreadsheet menu. Do you have any questions?
Doctor?
Yes.
Yang step 2, how to determine the increment?
Nak
Yang
determine
step
apa? H
increment, no, increment step 0.25.
You nak determine the H ini.
Yes.
Boleh tak loudly sikit, tak dengar soalan. Nak determine apa?
Saya nak determine dia punya increment yang 0.25.
Okay. Why the internet connection is unstable? Increment ni, the integral actually a to b, fx dx. Ni. A ialah lower limit of the integral. So a ialah negative 2. Let me erase. Because this one you haven't go through to the topic yet. So when you go to the numerical integral, you understand better. The h is actually the step side. Step side. The step side formula is actually b minus a divided by a. B is actually the upper limit. Upper limit. Dekat atas ni kosong. Put it the color. When the h is actually b minus a divided by n. B is the upper limit of the integral, 0. Minus a is the lower limit, negative 2. So minus negative 2. N is the interval. 8. How is it interval? Mean here, 0 to 1 is one interval, 1 to 2. Mean here, from negative 2 to negative 1.75, one interval. So when you see here, total, when up to 8 is actually, you have actually 8 interval. Means 0 to 1, 1, 1 to 2, 2, 2 to 3, 3, 3 to 4, 4. When you, when you plot the graph, let's say you just probably plot, this is negative 2 up to, 0. If the increment here, negative 1 to 1.75, this number 1, number 2, until number 8 here, this value should be negative 0.25 until 0. Total 8 interval. Increment is actually the value. H is actually negative 1.75. You minus or you take 0 minus 0, negative 0.25. The increment is 0.25. So this one, B is 0, B is upper limit is 0, minus A is negative 2. So negative, negative, positive 2, you have 1/4, which is 0.25. Is it clear? Okay, how you get the increment here, 0.25?
Yes, Doctor. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Okay, now we are going to proceed, I think, spreadsheet. Okay, may I know, are you from the FKE or the FCAP student? Anyone from the FKE student? Okay, because okay, if the FCAP you don't have this one, the nonlinear equation using secant method you don't have. If don't have if don't have the FKE student, I will skip this secant method. Okay, if you try to wise up, you can just type into the chat. Let me see.
I'm from FKE, Doctor.
FKE ada?
Ada.
Ada belajar secant method kan? Ada. Ada. Okay, if got FKE student, then I will we will continue this one secant method. So the FCAP student, you may have a break. After secant method, we go to the Newton method. Okay, so now from now onward, we are going to focus on the spreadsheet menu to solve your numerical method. Start from nonlinear equation, system of linear equation, and then interpolation. Okay, for which method that you can apply the spreadsheet menu. Okay, and then so I assume you understand, you have learned the secant method. So I will just go to the example and then apply the formula. So I assume you have learned and understand the secant method. Now, we'll just show you how to implement it using the spreadsheet menu. Okay, example, given the graph of this fx equal to 2x cubed minus 5x squared minus 7x plus 6. Okay, find the least positive root of fx by using secant method. Takes x1 minus x naught equal to 1 and iterate until fxi less than epsilon equal to 0.0005. Because we use 4 decimal place, epsilon also is actually 4 decimal place, 0.005. If we use 3 decimal place, then epsilon is 0.005, total 3 decimal place. Okay. And this is a cubic. Cubic, we have 3 roots. So 1 root here, 1 root here, another root. Okay, they want to find the least positive. Okay, means the smallest positive. So the root is actually, and then they set the condition, the interval must be 1 unit. Okay. Take x1 minus x naught is equal to 1 unit. So mean, you can choose x naught is 0, x1 is 1. Then fix x naught is 0, x1 is 1. Okay, because least positive. Okay, and then, so this is a secant formula to find the root of a nonlinear equation. The nonlinear equations here is 2x cubed minus 5x squared minus 7x plus 6. And this is a secant formula. Okay, secant method formula. For secant method, you need 2 starting point like bisection method. Okay, but secant method is much faster than bisection. So this will be your x naught. This is a x1. So you can key in into your spreadsheet menu. Okay, the spreadsheet menu is actually, they copy the idea from Excel. If you have the, if online, I think online exam and online final, you can actually perform it in Excel, will give you much easier and faster. Okay, but you're afraid, let's say the final, you need to go back to campus to do it in the exam hall, then you have no choice, then you use this spreadsheet menu. Okay, and perform the Newton method. Okay, in the calculator, you have only limitation, 5 column only. Okay, go to the spreadsheet menu. Okay, you see A, B, C, D, E, 5 column only. In Excel, you have more than 5. And then total is 45 rows only. So the column 5, that's why it's not all numerical method can be performed in this spreadsheet menu. For example, bisection. section you need 6 columns, so not enough. That's why you can only perform Secant method, Newton method, or later on Gauss elimination method because of limitation. But if you want to perform bisection in Excel, well, no problem, will be much faster and easier. But this is a choice where you need to perform the spreadsheet calculation in exam hall. So first of all, you key in the starting value, and here this one, the column label is exactly same with Excel. Start with A, B, C, D, E. Row start with 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you key in the X node in the cell A1 as 0. Then equal. When you equal, it's always go down. X1 in cell A2 as 1. Yeah. So now we need to key in, key in the 6, not 6. How is it? For to perform your Newton method, you have actually, if you perform manually, this is I, this is Xi, this is a Fxi. So I01. The X node is 0, X1 is 1. So now you need to calculate F, 0. You need to calculate F1. So we use this spreadsheet menu because it has the same ability to copy and paste like what you did in Excel. But the way copy and paste in Excel is much easier. You just point to the right bottom cell, you get little plus, you drag it. You can drag as many rows as you like. But in the spreadsheet, a bit tedious to copy, but it's still faster than you use a normal calculate menu. So now we would like to calculate F0. So you need to key in this function, 2x cubed minus 5x squared minus 7x plus 6. And similar to Excel here, you cannot type in x. We cannot type in x, but to calculate F0, F0 that is stored in the cell. You see, this is cell A1. Cell A1. Hence, x here you replace with A1. So you key in the formula as 2A1 cubed minus 5A1 squared minus 7A1 plus 6. And to key in the formula, you have you see the red color equal. So the red color, you press alpha equal. So make sure you go to the cell B1. Then press alpha equal, alpha count or alpha equal to get the equal sign. And then key in the formula. The function x, because x node is stored in A1, so all the x you change to A1. Then you key in the formula 2 alpha A1 cube minus 5 alpha A1 squared minus 7 alpha A1 plus 6. So you can see the formula that you key in at the bottom. 2A1 cubed minus 5A1 squared minus 7A1 plus 6. Plus 6. And then when you press equal, you get the result here. And in the spreadsheets here, bottom is actually show the formula. If you want to show value later on, after we perform completely, we can let you to see to show the value. Now later, after you calculate F0, if a normal calculation menu mean you will key in 2x cubed minus 5x squared minus 7x plus 6 into your calculate menu, and then you press count. After you count, you key in x is 0. Then you will get 6. After you get 6, you type into the table. I mean, this value is 6. Later on, when you want to calculate F1 in the normal calculate menu, you press calculate again. They prompt you the x value. You input 1. They give you the new value, and then you copy it here. But if you use a spreadsheet, you key in the formula. Now the second one is actually, I can copy the formula here. So to copy it, you press, make sure you're in cell B1. Cell B1, you press option. Then you have fill formula, fill value, edit cells, free space we want to copy. So copy and paste is option 2. Then you choose 2. Okay, and then you see paste colon, press to paste it, you need to press equal. So you want to paste the formula into cell B2, so you go down equal. So you get the result. Result for F1 is actually -4. This is -4. Okay, and you may paste several. Okay, go down, equal it, go down, equal, paste several. So all it gives 6 because we don't have the value yet. If we don't have the value, assume it is 0. Okay, you can paste a few. But if Excel is actually much easier because you just drag it down. And then let's say enough, you just press AC to quit the paste here. Okay, until this step, is it okay? Can you follow? If cannot, okay, please let me know. Okay, I will slow down. Okay. Okay. After that, you want to calculate. Now, okay, column A is actually represent the x. Column B represent the fx. And then for Secant method, we need 2 starting point, x0, x1. Okay, x0, x1. Then we can calculate. This is 2. This is x0, x1. You can calculate x2 using the secant formula. Okay, because I start from 0. So we plug in. Okay, when you plug in I equal to 0, actually you can calculate x number 2. Let me write here x number 2. Plug in. Okay, I is 0. So you have the x0. Okay, f x1 minus x1 f x0. Okay, divided by f x1 minus f x0. When you plug in I equal to 0 into the secant formula, okay, with x0, x1, you can calculate x number 2, which is x0 times fx1 minus x1 times fx0 divided by f1 minus fx0. And actually the formula is in the cross. Mean this is x0 times f, okay, fx1, okay, minus x number 1 multiply fx0. Divide, okay, mean is cross, like you calculate determinant. And then divide, okay, divide by, okay, the bottom, okay, f1 minus f0. So we are going to key, okay, if you use a normal calculate menu, okay, you may key in the formula, let's say a, b minus c, d divide by b minus d, where, okay, x0 is a a, okay, fx1 is a b, c is a x1, fx0 is a d. So mean a times b minus c times d divided by b minus d. So in spreadsheet menu, the same concept. Okay, we are going to key in the formula. Okay, x0 is stored in cell A1. Okay, and then fx1 is stored in the cell B2. So you key in the formula as A1 B2 minus fx2. Okay, fx1 is actually stored in cell A2. So A2. And then fx0 is stored in the cell B1. Okay, so this will be, okay, the numerator. Denominator is a fx1 is actually stored in B2. fx0 is stored in B1. So mean you key in this formula. Okay, if you perform in Excel also the same formula, only the way copy and paste in Excel is easier and Excel have more than 5 columns. Okay, and then to key in formula, okay, you need alpha count to get equal. Okay, and then in the, okay, spreadsheet menu, we cannot natural display. So you cannot natural display, then make sure, okay, like in Excel also cannot natural display. So be careful, you have to put out the bracket. Because if natural display, we can see exactly the mathematic display. But in the spreadsheet menu, we cannot natural display. That's why numerator 2 term, make sure a bracket, and then divide. Denominator also 2 term, make sure a bracket there. Okay, and then you open the bracket, key in the formula, alpha A1, alpha B2 minus alpha A2 alpha B1. Okay, divide. If you're familiar, the secant method and the concept, you just change. Last time you used maybe A, B, C, D. Now change it. Okay, because all the value, they refer the location of the cell. So you just identify the location of the cell. You change the formula accordingly. So and then alpha B2 minus alpha B1. Okay, and then you equal. So you get here 0.6. And okay, numerical method is iterative. Mean with x not x1, you get x number 3. Later on, the process is iterate because your fx2 still is 0.432, still greater than epsilon. So you need to perform to find x number 3. Okay, because the row in the spreadsheet start from 1. In numerical method, we start from 0. So row 3 is actually x number 2. A3 is actually x number 2. Fx2 is still greater than epsilon. You need to perform next iteration. Hence, you can copy the formula in A3. To copy, press options, go down. Number 2 mean option copy. Okay, options go down. Okay, number 2 is actually for you to copy here. This is copy. Okay, when you want to copy, make sure you are in the cell that you want to copy. Then options go down. Number 2 is copy. Okay, and then this one, because you want to copy it down, that's why go down, then equal. This is to paste. Paste. So you can paste as many as you like. If in Excel you key in the same formula, you just drag down to copy. To drag in Excel, you go point to the left, right bottom, get the little plus, you drag it. Okay, so now you equal to paste it. Okay, when you see x number 3, your fx3 is actually 7.3 times 10 to the power of 10 power negative 3. Okay, but since we can paste as many, we can just paste down to see. Down you can paste. So you see actually the value is so at the x number 6, you can get fx0 is actually you have 0. So if you stop here or you stop, if you perform manually, because here you cannot see the value, right? Want to see because it's not clear. 7.3 times 10 to the power of 10 to the power of 3 or negative 3, and not see clearly. So to see the value, you can go to Shift menu, then go down. Okay, you see number 4. Number 4. Okay, show cell. Okay, default is show formula. Number 2 is show value. Okay. So mean at x3 you cannot stop. Here. So you can stop at x number 4 actually. And the root is actually 0.6396 because the fx number 4 you have 0. Then if you want to see back the formula, then later on you copy it from the spreadsheet to your table. Yeah, for this value 0.0073, and then at number 4 here I get 0. But this one is should be using the calculate menu. This is the Excel. Even though I display 4 in the spreadsheet, even though I display 4, but actually it take up all calculation. So the result is slightly different. So the spreadsheet one is much better because you didn't round anything. This one is because of the rounding error. So the root, when you stop at x number x4, 0.6396, this is using the calculate menu, 0.6397. So this is the secant methods. Okay, do you have any question? If you understand this one, the rest is the same thing. Means how you change the formula into the Excel, in the spreadsheet only. Oh, not the tongue. Okay, the video I think is I cannot turn on my OBS, but I think global is recording. Okay, so is it okay? Okay, the secant method. Okay, can somebody respond? Is it okay? Any question? If no, I will proceed to the Newton methods. Huh? Okay, Newton method is also one of the method to solve the non-linear equation or find the root of the non-linear equation. We have the same function, but now we perform the Newton's method. Okay, but here to find the most positive. Just now we find the least positive. Now we find the most positive. Okay, you have here the least positive in between 0 to 1, the most positive in between 3 to 4. Okay, and for Newton method, we just need one initial guess, one initial guess. So you may pick out your x naught is either 3 or x naught equal to 4. Okay, because we couldn't see whether which one is nearer. Normally you can choose x naught which is nearer to your root, but here I cannot differentiate whether nearer to 3 or nearer to 4. So you can simply pick x naught is 3 or x naught equal to 4. Yeah. So it's actually similar concept if you okay. Yeah. So here to clear everything, I think you can options free the space. No. Cancel. Option. Okay. Delete all. To erase everything just now, options. Yeah, this is lot. Options, okay. Delete all. Number 3, to delete all the cell. Okay. So now we are going to find the most positive root, okay, in the interval 3, 4. Let's say we choose x naught equal to 3. Okay, for using Newton's method, you need to find a derivative. Okay, and your calculator cannot differentiate, okay? Do indefinite differentiation, mean cannot differentiate to give you this function. Then you have to differentiate manually. Mean to use a spreadsheet menu, you need the derivative function, but calculator cannot perform derivative function for you. If you want to, okay, I think in the book we show you another way, okay, where you can ask a calculator to perform the differentiation for you for Newton method. That one you can refer back to that numerical methods books. Because today we are going to focus on the spreadsheet menu. Hence, for Newton method, you need to differentiate, 2x cubed minus 5x squared minus 7x plus 6, you get 6x squared minus 10x minus 7. And this is a Newton method formula. Okay, when I start from 0, because we just need x naught, you can calculate x number 1 is equal to x naught minus fx naught divided by f prime x naught. Okay, and then first row we'll key in the initial condition. X naught is 3, and then we key in x naught equal to 3 in the cell A1, and then key in the function fx in the cell B1, key in the function f prime x in the cell C1, and then we will calculate x1 in the cell A2, So we key in this one in cell A2. Okay. Sorry. Cell A. Sorry. Okay. The function in the cell B2. Okay. B1. Key in this one in B1. Key in the derivative function in the cell C1. And then key in the secant, the Newton formula in the cell A2. X naught is actually x naught in A1. So x1 will be in A2. So you key in x1 formula in A2. So mean that in the A2, you key in equal. Okay, x0 is stored in A1, so you key in A1. Fx0 is stored in actually cell B1, so minus B1. Okay, divide. F prime x0 is stored in C1. So you just need to key in, okay, your Fx0, F prime x0, and then the x1 formula into the spreadsheet. Later on, you can copy it, okay, paste as many cells that you like, and then okay, you can stop when the conversion criteria is met, where means your magnitude Fxi less than epsilon. Okay. So now we are going to key in the initial Kx0 equal to 3 in cell A1, 3. Okay, and then B1, B1, key in the function 2x cubed minus 5x squared minus 7x plus 6. Okay, x is stored in A1. So all the x here, you change it to A1. Mean the function x, okay, the variable x, you change to A1. In spreadsheet, okay, or in the Excel, you cannot key in x. You have to refer the location of x. In Excel, you can click that location, but in the spreadsheet here cannot. You have to refer the location of the cell is actually A1. So you press alpha equal, similar, we key in functions like what in Secant method just now. So you have 2 A1 cube, cube, then minus 5 A1 squared minus 7 A1, okay, and then plus 6. 2A1 cubed minus 5A1 squared minus 7A1 plus 6. Okay, and then you equal. So you get negative 6. Mean if you in calculate menu, you input this function and you calculate, you plug in x0 is 3, you also get negative 6. Okay, now we move to cell C1. Input the derivative function 6x squared minus 10x minus 7. Okay, where the x is actually stored in the location A1. So all the x here, you change it to A1. Okay, so alpha count to get equal, then 6 alpha A1 squared minus 10 alpha A1 minus 7. The equal. So you get 17. So same thing, if you input this one in the normal calculate menu, so you count, they ask you the x, just now you already key in the x is 3, you may just accept it by pressing equal, you get also 17. Okay. And then now, you move to cell A2. Yeah. Okay, you can move to cell A2. Cell A2. Okay, cell A2 to key in X1 formula. Okay, go to the cell A2, and then key in the, go to the cell A2, key in the X1 formula as a A1 minus B1 divide C1 using Newton method. This is a X0 minus Fx0 divided by F prime X0. Okay, so alpha equal, so alpha A1 minus alpha B1 divide alpha C1. Okay, you get 3.3529. Okay, and then you may copy all these three formula. Okay, paste it into several cells there. To copy, press options, go down, number 2, then equal. Okay, because I need to go down and then equal. Okay, they give you error because the previous row don't have the value yet. Okay, so then you can press it. Okay, later on when the previous row you have a value, you can get the result. Okay, let's say one more equal. Then AC to clear it. Okay, error because previous row no value because x2 depend on Okay, at row 2 depend on row 1 value, row 3 should be depend on row 2. Row 2 have no value yet, that's why I give you error. No worry. Okay. Then we go to copy the fx node formula, options, go down, copy, then go down to paste. Then go down, paste it. Okay. Then my okay. Okay, you paste it. Okay, several one first. Okay, and then now, okay, I go to copy the formula for the derivative function. So options, AC first to clear, then options, go down, number 2 to copy. Okay, go down to paste it. Okay, go down, you, okay, equal. Okay, so you see just now all the error, okay, because once you have the value, okay, all the error will be missing. So I just paste it several, okay, one. So I see this one, okay, I see, at 6 here, row 6 in the spreadsheet, the fx is equal to 0. Or you see, the x value here, column A represent the x value. Start from row 4, 5, 6, there's no more changes. Then you can actually stop at row number 4 or row number 5. Okay, okay. If the row number in the spreadsheet 3 is actually x2, fx2 okay 0.06, okay 0.0602 still greater than epsilon, so you cannot stop. Then you move to here. Row 4 is actually x number 3. X number 3, okay, the fx value, because this one we show value, fx value is 0.001, is less than epsilon, then you can stop, and the root is actually, okay, at x number 3, which is 3.2871. Okay, the right hand side, this is using the spreadsheet menu. The left hand side, this is, okay, this one, sorry, the left hand side, this is using the spreadsheet menu without rounding, because take up all decimal place, only we display it to 4, okay, decimal place. The right hand side, this is using the normal calculate menu. Okay, you see the value of fx, okay, is slightly different because this one have a rounding error. Okay, but when we stop, okay, the spreadsheet is stop at iteration 3. Okay, this one also only the fx value different. Okay, the root is still same, 3.287. Okay, we stop because magnitude fx3, okay, we have 0.001. If we use a spreadsheet menu, which is less than epsilon, then you can stop. When you stop, the most positive root of this function is approximately equal to 3.2871. So you can see, okay, two different calculations. You have a slightly different result because right hand side is using the normal calculate menu. You have rounding error to 4 decimal place. If you use a spreadsheet menu, it's without round anything. Okay, here you have show the value. If you want to show back the formula, you go back to shift menu. Okay, spreadsheet. Okay, number 2, show cell, show back formula. Then you have a formula. Okay, and just now I said, okay, I said, okay, you can actually off the table menu, the second functions. Actually, you go to shift menu. Where is it now? Table. Here. If you choose number 1, it's only one function. You let you key in only one function. You choose default is number 2. Let you key in fx and gx. So you can go to the setup here. So here we up to the chapter 2 nonlinear equation using secant and Newton method. I think we have 1 more hour only. So do you have any questions that you want to ask? Any questions? Can you follow or not? Can someone respond?
No question, Doctor.
Okay, thank you very much. If no, we proceed. I think the Gauss elimination method. This one show you 3 by 3. You can extend it to the 4 by 4. So since the spreadsheet menu you can have 5 columns, so you have a 5 by 5, you still can perform it using that spreadsheet menu. So we are going to solve this is our linear equation using the Gauss elimination method, and you can always check the exact solution of the system of linear equation using equation modes. Okay. So to solve it using Gauss elimination method, you have to reduce the matrix A into upper triangular matrix. To reduce it into upper triangular matrix, we need first step to eliminate the cell A21 becomes 0 using this row operation, which is negative A21 divided by A11 multiply row 1 plus row 2 put into your the new row 2. So first step, you key in the equation into the system into the calculator, into the spreadsheet menu. I mean options here to clear, delete all. Do you want to have a break before we continue? Because maybe too long. Should we break 5 minutes? Or can straight away continue? If not, if no response, I will just continue. So number 3, you delete all the previous calculation. So now you key in the linear system into your spreadsheet menu. Oh, you can only up to 4 by 4 because we have vector B. So 4 by 4, 5 by 5 cannot, not enough column unless you perform it in Excel. So this is 2. When you equal, it go down. So key in first column first, 2, 5. This is 4. Then this is 3. Negative 1, 7. You have 10, 3, 1. Key in into the spreadsheet menu. So the row 1, 2, 3 represent the original linear system. And then row number 4. Follow the slide exactly. We came into 6. We have the this is in the row 1, row 2, row 3. Row number 4, there's no changes on row 1, row number 4. Row number 4, we copy back row 1. If you want to skip this one, also can. So mean you straight away reduce A21, A31. So this become row 4, row 5. But to follow the slide, where the latest system, row 1, we still copy it down and put as row number 4. So it's 2. And go to the left, 3. But you have to equal to input. 2, 3, 10. This is 9. Now we would like to eliminate the cell, A21 becomes 0 using the row operation. The formula will be negative 5 over 2. Because here A21 is 5. A11 is 2. So negative 5 over 2, row 1 plus row 2, put into row 2. When you are in column 1, this is A, B, C, D. So this cell is actually, row 1 is in A4. So you put in negative 5 over 2, A4. Row 2, mean we are going to make changes on row 2, put in row 5. So row 2 is in A5. So you key in the formula as negative 5 over 2, A4 plus A5 into, to key in this formula, make sure you go to the cell A5. Okay, so we are in A5. The black color here, A5. Then alpha equal. So negative. Again, spreadsheet menu, you cannot see the natural display. So we here. Oh, I better put. Okay, you have to put bracket. If you don't put bracket here, like this, if you don't put bracket, later on you divide 2 and then okay, multiply 4 with A4 will go down. So better put bracket. Negative 5 over 2 and then alpha A4 plus alpha A5. Okay. Correct. Sorry. Sorry. A1, A4. Row 2 is actually in. Okay, error because the formula is wrong. A4 is correct. You got value. A5. We are in A5. That's why I give you error. Okay. Better I put it this way. Okay. Refer back the original system. Okay. Row 1 is in A1. So A1. Row 2 in A2. Okay. This is column A, column B, column C. Okay. Okay. If the formula is wrong, okay, how are you going to correct it? So options. Okay. Edit cell number 3. Okay, you can either A4 or A1, this one. So delete, so 1. This is delete 2. So now you get 0. You can key in A1 or A4, the same value. So now you have this cell is 0. Right? And then now, if you perform using normal calculate menu, okay, where you key in, let's A1 you represent using A, A2 you represent using B, and then you need to input the value of your A is 2, B is 5. Here, okay, A1 they will take up from the cell A1, which is 2, A2 is the value of 5. And why we use this spreadsheet menu? Because we can copy the formula. You no need to calculate for column B, C, D. Okay, so to copy it, again, you press option. You can see here. This one, you are key in into the A5, you get 0. And then options go down to, this is copy. Then paste to column B, C, D. Okay, so you copy options. Okay, go down. Number 2, copy. Okay, this time don't press down because we are going to copy the formula to the right. So move to, click to the right and then equal. Click to the right, equal. Click to the right, you equal. So you perform, okay, you now successfully eliminate A21. Then you can press AC. You see the formula is relatively changed according to column. Okay, if you copy it down, the formula is relatively changed according to row. So this is the ability of the spreadsheet. I mean, just now we key in the formula is A1 plus A2. Here, A1, A2. When you copy it, automatically A change to B. When you copy the next column, B change, A change to B, B change to C, C change to D. So you no need to calculate and key in the value column by column. Okay, can you follow? Okay. And then now, after that, so you can, so from the spreadsheet, you can copy it here so that you won't confuse. Negative 8.5. I mean, this is a step 1 result in row number 5. So negative 22. Okay, and this is negative 16.5. So you eliminate A21. Okay, now we are going to eliminate A31. A31, the formula is negative A31 divide A11 row 1 plus row 3 put into row 3. So the specific formula A31 is 4, A11 is 2. Okay, row 1. Okay, when in column 1, row 1 is stored in A1. row 3 is stored in A3. Okay, you may simplify it. This will become negative 2A1 plus A3. And then you key in here, this cell is A6. So make sure you move back to A6. Okay, A6. So alpha count to get equal. Then key in the formula. Okay, what's the formula? Negative 2A1 plus A3. So negative 2A1 plus A3. So you get 0. And then copy, paste 3 times. So options, go down. Number 2, copy. Move to right, equal to paste it. Move to right, equal to paste it. Move to the right, equal to paste it. Okay, complete AC. So now you successfully eliminate A31, okay, becomes 0. With the whole row operation, this is 1, negative 19, and then this is negative 16. Yeah. So this is step, okay, step 1, step 2 result in row 5 and 6 in your calculator. To use Gauss elimination method, okay, you need to reduce your matrix A become upper triangular matrix. Hence, okay, you still need to, okay, eliminate this cell become 0. Okay, so this is a, okay, this is a step 1, okay, formula. This is a step 2. Step 3, if only Gauss elimination with, okay, Gauss elimination method, then you can key in the formula negative, okay, the third step, negative A33. Refer to the latest system, A33 divide, A32 in this cell. A32 divide A22, multiply row 2, the latest system, put, okay, plus row 3, put into row 3. Okay, and then the specific value is here, negative 1, okay, divide, okay, negative 8.5. I may put here. Now row 2, okay, row 2 now is stored in B5. You may in the paper, okay, in the, okay, paper, you, okay, indicate the row number in your spreadsheet. So you see this cell, okay, this cell is actually B5. So multiply B5, row 3 here, this is at B6 plus B6. So make sure you key in into B6. If you want to make changes to eliminate A32 in the latest system, become 0. Okay, and then, okay, I'm lazy to recopy row 4 and 5. Mean the, okay, the third step result, I will straight away display in row 7 in spreadsheet. Okay, if you're hardworking, okay, in the paper, you may, okay, in your, okay, solution, okay, you may copy down this one in a new system. Okay, in the new system, you have here. And then after you eliminate this one, you will get the latest system. Okay, mean. Let me key in first and then erase this one. Okay. Mean, okay. The third step I will perform in row 7 because lazy to copy, okay, 4, 5 here. So I straight away key in the third step result in, okay, row 7 in spreadsheet. So this cell is 0. Equal and move here. And then I move to the B7, key in, okay, the formula. Make sure bracket negative 1 divide, or you negative 1 to make it positive also can. Then your alpha equal, because negative divide negative, positive. So I have only 1 divide 8.5, and then multiply. This cell is B5. 5 plus B6 equal. Make sure you get 0 here. And then, okay, you copy options, go down, copy, move to right, paste 1 time, 2 time. Okay. Okay. Then now when you want to, okay, put the result properly, because here, eraser. So you can show, okay, properly the step on your paper, step 1, step 2. Okay, this is step 1. Okay, step 1, step 2, step 3 is result here. Okay, sorry, I want to erase. Okay, mean like this. Okay. Okay, step 1, step 2. Okay, the step 3 result, if you write on paper, you may rewrite again. You have here 2, 3, 10, 9, 0, negative 8.5, negative 22, negative 16.5. Okay, the step 3 result, I straight away calculate in the spreadsheet in row 7. Okay, which is 0, 0 here, negative 21 point. Okay, again, here you can see only 2 decimal place. To see, okay, what is a further value, you may go to shift menu. Number 4, number 2 value. Then you can see the 4 decimal place. Negative 21.5882. Okay, and then this cell, negative 17.9412. Okay, this is from row 7 in spreadsheet. Okay, means okay, in 1, 2, 3 is the original system. Row 1, 2, 3 is the original system. Row 4 is actually from the row 1, no changes. Okay, step 1, eliminate the A21. Okay, we put the result in row 5 in spreadsheet. Step 2, eliminate the A21. A21 here. We put it into the row 5. Okay, and then okay, this would be step 3. Okay. Step 2, eliminate A31 in row 6. This in row 6. Step 3, eliminate A32. I put in row 7. So after that, we obtain this K upper triangular matrix. You may use backward substitution, mean you solve from the back manually, or you may key in directly this upper triangular matrix into the equation mode to obtain the result quickly. Okay, mean you can just directly key in this one into the equation mode, okay, to get this result quickly. So this is up to the Gauss elimination method. Okay, do you have any questions before we proceed to the next method?
No question.
Okay, thank you very much. Not sure. Gauss-Seidel. Actually, the rest, if you understand how to key in the formula, the rest is almost the same. Okay, the Gauss-Seidel iterative method. Okay, solve this system of linear equation using Gauss-Seidel iterative method. To use Gauss-Seidel iterative method, make sure the matrix A is diagonally dominant. Okay, if not, you swap row to make it become diagonally dominant. If even though you swap row, you cannot make it diagonally dominant, then you cannot solve it using Gauss-Seidel iterative method. Okay, diagonally dominant means you have summation Aij, I cannot equal the other two value. So 2. The other 2 add up is 13. So cannot. So unless you make this as a row 3. Okay. Because this, if this is a row 3, then 10, the other 2 is sum out is only 5. So this will become row 3 here. Okay, when you look at second equation, phi here, this value, magnitude is 5. Summation of the other two value, you have 1 plus 3 is 4. Okay, 5 is greater than 4, so second row will become your first row. Okay, and the last row, you see, okay, the dominant is at the column 2, 7. Okay, summation of the other two value, 4 plus 1 is 5. 7 greater than 5, so is mean the second row, the last row we make it become second row. Now this is diagonally dominant. So to solve Gauss-Seidel is very important. Make sure it's diagonally dominant. Otherwise, wasting your time to calculate, you won't get the converged solution. Okay, after that, you write down the iterative formula. I think in the book, okay, we show you not using the spreadsheet menu where you calculate simultaneously. Okay, that one using that column. You calculate simultaneously. Okay, this one is using spreadsheet menu. Okay, the x1, x1 k plus 1 means the k we start from 0. Okay, so with the starting value x1 node, x2 node, x3 nodes, we can calculate x1, x2, x3 at step 1, step 2, step 3, step 3, and so on. Okay, to get the x1 k plus 1, okay, you notice the left hand side are all the step k plus 1. Because we from the right hand side, we obtain the result it put into left hand side. So that's why right hand side, when you calculate x1 at the step k plus 1, initially x2 at level k, x3 at level k. Mean when k is 0, you need the x2 at initial value, x3 at initial value, then you get x1 at step 1. Okay, how to get the x1 here? X1, go to the system after you arrange it, become diagonally dominant. So solve for x1. So the other two term you bring to right hand side. So you have a 6 plus x2 minus 3, x3 divide by 5. And then here is k because with the initial guess of x2, x3, you can calculate x1 at step 1. Okay, after that, if Gauss-Seidel iteration, x2 k plus 1, to get the x2, from equation 2 that you arrange it to make it become diagonally dominant, solve for variable x2, you have 2 minus 4x1 minus x3 divide 7. And then here, Gauss-Seidel iterative method, we have the x1 k plus 1, so you plug in here. X3 still O1, still same. And then the third equation is solved from the last equation from the system which is diagonally dominant. So it's 9 minus 2x1 minus 3x2 divide by 10. Okay, when you calculate x3, you already have the new value of x2. So x2 you put it here. Okay, and then the x1 value you put it here. Okay, and then to use a spreadsheet, we have to start from row 1. Okay, spreadsheet is start from row 1. You have column A, B, C, row 1. Okay, this is actually the x node. We let it 0, x1 also 0, x2 also 0. Then go to row 2. So into row 2, you key in the formula for x1 k plus 1 will be equal. Okay, x2, the initial value of x2 is stored in B1. So the x2k change to B1. X3k initial value is stored in C1. So you just change this one to A1, B1. Okay, this is still B1. Okay, when x2, to calculate x2, you have the new value for your x1 already, which is stored in A2. That's why, this one become A2. This is a new value of x1, which is A2. When for x3, you have the new value for x1, new value for this is x node, x1. Okay, x1 is stored in B. This will be B2. So is the x2 actually you have the value in B2 here. A2 put it here. So you just key in this K3 formula and you copy, you can copy paste as many rows, until the Gauss-Seidel, the convergence criteria for Gauss-Seidel is achieved. Okay, so you can see quickly, In options, go down, number 3 to delete everything. So A1 key in 0, B1 key in 0, C1, go to C1 key in 0. And this is a you see here in the Gauss-Seidel table, and then here you key in the formula. Key in the x1 k plus 1 in the cell A2. So alpha equal A2. Also, okay, in the spreadsheet, no natural display. So make sure numerator 3 term, make sure bracket. Make sure bracket. So bracket, you have 6 plus so divide 5. So you get 1.2. Okay, and then you go to cell B2, key in the x2 k plus 1 formula, alpha equal, and then you have 2 minus 4. Okay, you have the latest x1 k plus 1, which is stored in A2. So this is will be alpha A2. Okay, x3 k still O1, which is stored in C1. So alpha C1. Okay, divide 7. Okay, so you get negative 0.4. Go to cell C2, key in x3 k plus 1 formula. So alpha count here, bracket, you have 9 minus 2. Okay, x1 k plus 1 value, the latest is in A2. So alpha A2. Okay, here you make the correction. X2 k plus 1, this is a B2. So minus 3 alpha B2. Okay, and then divide 10. Okay, later on we can copy. Okay, if you perform in the Excel, you can select the whole row 2, point to the right bottom, you get little plus, you drag the whole row, as many row until the conversion criteria is met. Okay, but if you use this spreadsheet menu in calculator, you have to copy one by one. You copy, but you have to paste one by one. So okay, make sure. Okay, I go to the cell that I'm going. I want to copy, and then options. Go down, number 2. Okay, and then to paste it to where. Then it move to that location. We want to paste down, so I move down equal. Okay, move down equal. So paste several. So no need to copy. Okay, several times. You can have many. Okay, no harm. Okay, let's say 9 enough. Okay, 1 enough AC. To avoid you need to copy so many times, you just paste as many that you like. Go to B2 options. Go down number 2 to copy. Go down. Okay, equal. Go down equal. Okay, no more. If no more AC. Okay, go to cell C2, copy and paste it. Okay, options. Go down number 2. Okay, and then go down equal. Go down equal. Go down equal. Go down equal. Then go down equal. Go down equal. You go down equal. Okay. Okay, now you can observe. Okay, actually, 6, 7, 8, 9, all are the same value. Because we copy many. Okay, to stop. Okay, actually, where to stop? Number 2. Okay, the value. Okay, you compare row 2 and row 1. Each value, column A, B, C, you deduct it, mean 1.2 minus 0, 1.2. Okay, and then negative 0.4 minus 0, take magnitude is 0.4. 0.78 minus 0 is 0.78. The maximum is 1.2. So it's still greater than epsilon. That's why you need to proceed number 3, row number 3. Okay, when you see, okay, when where to stop is normally the value is not much different. So you see number 3, if you deduct row 3, deduct row 2, still greater epsilon, you go this one, next row, next row. Okay, row number 6 in the spreadsheet. You see. Okay. Compare 6 and 5. Okay, row 6 is actually x number 5. Okay, vector x5 deduct vector x number 4. Okay, the maximum value is actually 0.003. Hence, you can stop, and the result is actually vector x number 6, means row 5 here, 0.6594, negative 0.2090. Okay, mean the x3 is 0.831. So mean you can straight away copy the result from the spreadsheet to on your paper. In here, in the conclusion, x number 5, because the spreadsheet start from row from number 1. So x number 5, okay, column A you deduct it, you get 0.003. Okay, column B, okay, no difference, 0. Column C, 0. So the maximum value is 0.003, less than the epsilon. So the solution is actually vector x number 5. Vector, that's why this one transpose. Okay, x is actually a vector. To save the space in the paper, we make it row to save space. That's why we put T stand for transpose. So this is a Gauss-Seidel. Okay, do you have any question for this Gauss-Seidel? Okay, if no, I assume you have no question, because left half an hour, maybe. If not enough, we will just at the Lagrange. If we have enough time, we can up to the Newton divided difference. Actually, the same concept, as long as you understand, okay, you key in the formula according to the location of the cell. Then you just copy, paste. Okay, here the Lagrange interpolation. Okay, we are going to perform, okay, you have this table generated by the function y equal to 1 over x. Estimate f 4.5 using quadratic interpolation. Okay, and then here the slide we have. Okay, this one is you perform manually. Okay, or in the books we also teach you, you can calculate each. Okay, this is the each. This is L naught. You can calculate each Li. If the quadratic, you just need, I think this is x minus b, x minus c divided a minus b, a minus c. Okay, where the x, we are going to estimate f 4.5, so x is 4.5. Okay, when you are standing, when you want to calculate L naught, A is a current x value, B, C are the other column. So if using calc mode, you need to calculate L naught, L1, L2 by moving your point current in 0 and then 1, 2. Calculate 3 times. Okay, so we are going to use spreadsheet mode because you can copy, paste quickly. Okay. So again, I move to here. Yeah. So your options, go to clear, delete everything. So the I column no needs, because it's in the X spreadsheet is indicate as A, B, C. You just key in the X and the Y. Key in the X and Y in first row and second row. So which is 3. Okay. And just now, you want to estimate F 4.5. 4.5 in between the last 2 data. And quadratic is you need to take 3 data. So make sure you take 3, 4, 5. You cannot take 1, 2, 3 or 2, 3, 4. Interpolation means the data that you're going to estimate, make sure inside the range of the list. So 4.5 contained in the last 2 data. If you take only the last 2 data, that will be linear interpolation. Quadratic need 3 data. That's why you have to take 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you key in 3, 4, 5 in your calculator. 3 and the y value in second row, which is 0.3333. Okay. and then 4.25. Okay, and then 5.2. Okay, key in row 1 as a x, row 2 as a y. Okay, and then I'm going to calculate. Okay, this in row 1, this in row 2. Okay, I will calculate here as a L. Okay, this one you ignore it. So I want to calculate L naught, L1, L2. Of course, I just key in L naught formula. I can copy it to get L1, to copy it to get L2. Okay, this is in column A, column B, column C. Okay, L naught K formula. Okay, to estimate F 4.5, so 4.5 minus, okay, X naught minus X1, then 4.5 minus X number 2. This is, okay, 0, 1, 2. So divide, okay, X naught minus X1, X naught minus X2. Okay. Okay, where the X1 is stored in A1. X2 is stored in A2. Sorry, X1 stored in A2. X2 is in A3. Okay. And then divide, okay. Make sure bracket X naught is stored in A1, X1 in A2. Okay, and then X naught is stored in A1, X2 is stored in A3. So you key in this formula in the cell A, where? A3. Store in cell, key in cell A3. Here, A3. This one. Calculate L naught in the cell A3 as actually 4.5 minus A2, and then 4.5 minus A3. Then you divide, make a bracket, okay? And then X naught is A1 minus A2, okay? A1 minus A3, close bracket. So it's a bit here. So alpha count. Okay, numerator, I no need, okay, multiply, divide. Okay, denominator, I have to put bracket. If not, it only divide this term. And the X naught minus X2 will go up. So, okay, denominator, I have to bracket. Numerator, no need. So, X is 4.5 minus, okay, X1 store in B1. So, alpha B1. Okay, so then multiply 4.5 minus X2 store in C1. So alpha C1. Okay, numerator I didn't put, yes?
Sorry for interrupt. The value for C2 is 0.2, right?
0.2. 0.25. 1 over x. The function is generated by 1 over x. 1/3, 1/4, okay, of 5, 0.2. You mean here? Oh, yes, you're right. Okay. Later on, after I key in, I go to edit the value. Thank you very much. Okay. So I key in, complete this formula first. Okay, divide. Okay. Denominator, make sure, okay, extra bracket. And then X naught is A1. A1 minus X1, which is B1. Okay. Alpha A1 minus alpha C1. Yeah. Okay, because this value, okay, 0.2. 0.2. Okay. So you get negative 0.125. Negative 0.125. You successfully calculate L naught. L naught. Now, okay, we are want to show the formula better. Shift menu. Number 4. Show cell. Okay, and then show formula. Okay, you see, numerator, I no need to put bracket. Okay, but the show formula unless you can only see up to here unless you options you go to edit cell. Then you can see. Okay, then you can see the formula. Denominator, make sure bracket because this is spreadsheet menu, okay, not natural display like your MS calculator. Also in Excel, also this way, not natural display. So the bracket, okay, is very important. Okay, and then now copy the formula of L notes, options, go down, copy. Okay, you move to L1 in cell B3, move to B3, paste it. Okay, paste one enough, clear first. Don't paste okay, all because you have to edit the formula. Okay, when you go to L1, you see the formula. Okay, because of the relative column concept in spreadsheet, just now the formula, see your formula. Okay, the formula here. When you key in A, okay, A will become B. Okay. A1 become, you check the formula here. Here. Just now you key in, where's A2? Here is wrong because X is row number 1. Okay, the formula here, the formula I written is a row, okay, wrong row. Okay, all wrong. Okay, sorry. Okay, I write the wrong formula. X1 store in A1. Okay, X1 store in B1. Here, sorry, the wrong formula here. X1 is in B1, X2 in C1, X0 in A1 minus C1. Okay, so the formula initially is 4.5 minus B1. Okay, when you copy B becomes C, C become D. D is actually outside of the range and is wrong. Mean the L1 formula, okay, your L1 formula is actually L1 should be 4.5 minus, okay, when you calculate L1, you minus the other 2 point, L1, which is column B, you minus the other X not from column B. So it will be A1. And then 4.5 minus C1. Divide, okay, X0 is in B1, B1 minus A1, okay, B1 minus C1. The same concept also in, if you key in Excel, okay, you just need to correct the formula. So the formula, okay, you see C1 is there, okay, D1 is wrong, so you need to edit the formula, edit cell, okay. So using this copy and paste one by one. Okay, you just need to edit the that one outside of the range all the way to the cell A1. Because according to the formula, it should be A1. 4.5 minus C1 is correct. Okay, and then you see, because when you copy A become B, B become, mean B you copy become C, C become D, where the D should be tally back to the A. Okay, so 4.1 minus C1 correct, 4.1 minus D1 is wrong, so correct it back to A, and then you equal. So you get here 0.75, which is your L1 formula. So this technique, okay, this trick, provided you paste one by one, don't paste at one shot, another story, then very confused. You copy L0, you paste to the, okay, copy L0 formula, you paste to get L1, you just need to edit, okay, edit the, okay, that one outside of the range, D to A. Okay, can you get it or not? This L1 formula. Then if you can get it correctly, later on you copy L1, your options, Number 2, you copy, move to C3 to paste it to L2. You paste it, then AC. Okay, again, the same technique. D always change it to A. Okay, to edit, okay, number 3, because it's the same concept. When the A, you, okay, L1, you copy it, become A become B, C become D, which is wrong. Mean D should be changed back to A. Okay, so the D, you change it to A. Okay, D, you change it to A. Okay, because L2 should be 4.5 when L2 is actually 4.5 minus the X, which is not from number 2. Number 2 is column C, so meaning minus A1 minus C1. So minus A1, 4.5 minus B1. Okay, divide. Okay, X naught is in column C, which is C1 minus A1. Okay, and then C1 minus B1. Okay, if you copy L1 to L2, A become B, correct? C become D, which is wrong. So D always added back to A. So that's why 4.5 minus A1, 4.5 minus B1. Then you can see, okay, C1 minus A1, C1 minus B1. Now the formula is correct. Then you press equal. So you get, okay, L0, L1, L2. Okay, and then, okay, using Lagrange exactly. Okay, the manual calculation, this is actually L0 multiply F0, L1 multiply F1, okay, L2, okay, multiply F2. But in the spreadsheet, I calculate L0, L1, L2. Okay, and the last result, okay, I need to multiply one by one. So the answer, okay, I put into the A4. Okay, A4 is actually alpha equal. Okay, L0 is A3. Yeah? Alpha A3. Okay, your Y0 is in A2. So you multiply A2. Okay, plus alpha B3, alpha B2 plus alpha C3, alpha C2. Okay, row 3 is actually the L, okay, value. A is actually the row 2 is actually the Y value. A, B, C is a, okay, X mean the I indicate as 0, 1, 2. So A3, A2 is L0, okay, Y0. This is a L1, Y1, LK, L2, Y2. So you get 0.2208. So means, okay, the F4.4, okay, using the Lagrange, okay, quadratic Lagrange interpolation, you get the result is approximately equal to 0.2208. This is using the spreadsheet, okay, menu technique. Okay, the normal calculation you need to calculate using X minus B, X minus C, divide A minus B, A minus C. You need to calculate it 3 times by moving. Initially at this column, move to second column, move to third column, calculate 3 times. Here you just copy L0. In the key, make sure you key in L0 correctly. Copy L0, okay, move to the L1 cell, paste it, okay, paste it, edit back the formula which is outside of the range, which is D, all the way to the A. Then after the L1 formula correct, copy L1 to L2, and then edit back that D, which is outside of the range, all the way to the first cell, A1. Then you'll guarantee you will get the correct answer. Okay, after you get all the L, okay, you calculate your F4.5 is actually, you have L0, okay, Y0 plus L1, Y1 plus L2, Y2. Okay, where the L0, okay, store in A3, this is A2, this is B3, B2. Okay, this is C3, C2. Okay, this one is the Lagrange interpolation. Okay, is it okay? Any questions? Okay, if no, we'll proceed to the last one. Newton divided difference. Fully quickly, you can end by 12. Okay, and Newton divided difference. Okay, mean for interpolation also. approximate F2 by using Newton's divided difference. Okay, so for Newton divided difference, we'll turn the variable x in column A, y in column y in column B. Yeah? And then 3 data. Mean if you do it manually, you have this is I. Okay, 3 data 0, 1, 2. So the x you have -1, 0, 3. Okay, the y in column B is -2, 1, 2. We key in column A and B. The I no need, I because the spreadsheet indicate the row start from 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then you calculate the first Newton divided difference Fi level 1. Okay, you have 3 data, so you're up to Fi2. So you calculate this cell is a F01. Okay, you just need to calculate the 0 level. You can copy down the formula. So F02. Okay, where the F01 is like you calculate the dy dx, difference of y, like you calculate dy dx. Okay, and this one is stored in B2, B1. This is A2, A1. Then you just need to key in the formula as B2 minus B1 divide A2 minus A1. And then the F11, you can copy F01, paste down to get F11. To calculate F02, okay, against like dy is actually your F11 minus F01, okay, divided by, okay, using the Newton divided difference, this is 0 plus 2, this will be x2 minus x naught. Okay, and then you just need to find, F11 is stored, this is called ABC, C2. Means C2, make sure bracket C2 minus C1, okay, divide x2, okay, is a, because spreadsheet 1, 2, 3, yes, this is A3 minus A1. Mean basically, you just need to turn the numerical method formula to the corresponding spreadsheet cell there. Okay, so with this, I will options, and then I will delete all. So I key in the data x in column A, -1, and then 0, 3. Okay, y in column B, -2, 1, 2. Okay, now go to calculate F01. Okay, so alpha count, bracket, because numerator 2 term, make sure bracket, will be, first level depend on the previous column, which is bottom row deduct top row. So B2 minus B1. Okay, alpha B2 minus alpha B1 divide, x is actually, at row 2 minus 1, A2 minus A1. So you get the result, and then you can go back to C1, the options, you copy, go down, paste it. So first level we always lesser one value compared to the previous column. So you just need to paste one time. Okay, now move to calculate the second level. Okay, if you I up to 2 or 3, 3 data, you always end up with second level Newton divided difference. So you need to calculate F02. So alpha count. Okay, the numerator is always take the previous column, bottom deduct top. So it's C2 minus C1, C2 minus C1. If you have Excel, it's the same concept. Just Excel easy to copy paste. Okay. So divide denominator, also make sure bracket. Okay, Newton divided difference, only the denominator. Be careful. Second level, if you have one gap, so just now you calculate x2 minus x1. Second level, one gap, so it will be just now x1 minus x naught. Now is x2 minus x naught. or you see here 0 plus 2, take x2, then minus, okay, the bottom here. So x2 minus x0, x2 is stored in cell A3, yeah? So alpha A3 minus alpha A1. So you get the Newton divided difference table here. Then to approximate F2, okay, and Fx is actually approximate to P2x, which is equal to, okay, to get mean the polynomial, okay, this is F0 0, mean, okay, takes the first row, zero level F0 level 0 plus F0 level 1. Okay, level 1 multiply one term, which is x minus x naught. Level 2 multiply two term, which is x minus x naught, x minus x1. Okay, F0 K0 is actually the y naught value, -2. Okay, F01, okay, from the first row, which is 3. Okay, x that you're going to estimate is 2 minus x naught is -1. Okay, and then minus F02. Okay, this one is actually because this one I think using the we key in this value also equivalent. This one because using the normal calculate menu. X is 2, x naught is -1, x1 is 0. Okay, you can calculate in one step to get the solution. Okay, better you calculate in one step. If you're in Excel, I think it's much easier to perform this one. But spreadsheet menu and calculator a bit difficult. A bit difficult to write. Okay. So you can go back to the normal calculate menu. Then calculate it as usual. This one -2 plus 3 times. Okay, you may simplify 2 minus -1 is 3. Negative, okay. If here in the spreadsheet, is let's say -0.6667. Okay, and then 2 plus 1 is 3. This is 2 minus 0 is 2. Okay, what answer wrong? Let me check. -2 plus 3 times 3. -2, 2 plus 1, this is 3. Okay, -2 third. Okay, this is 3, this is 2, or you just manually. Okay, manually -2. This is 9 minus 2, 7. Okay, and then 2 times 2, 4, 7 minus 4, 3. This is manually. 7 minus 4 is 3. Okay, I think with this, we complete where we focus more on the numerical method. Okay, on the slide you may have other topic, but it's so if you have any questions, on other parts, you may raise up now. Okay, I'm going to share the attendance link to you. Okay, do you have any question? Okay, hold on, I'm share the attendance link. Okay, can you fill in the attendance, and I will try to produce a certificate for you all. Okay, please click whether you can key in the response. Oh, this one is edit na. Hold on na. Can you all fill in or not? Okay, the attendance there. How to get the link? I forgot. Okay, can somebody respond whether you can because that one edit I'm afraid in my mode. Cannot see the link. In the chat. Oh, cannot see. Forgot how to. Okay, this is in my edit response setting. How am I going to
You share to everyone. Send to everyone.
I need to send. Send is to fill in, right? How to send the link already? I forgot. Setting, respond. The link I give to you maybe is in my mode. So how am I going to send the link to the participant? Forgot already.
The link is on your phone.
The link on my phone.
What do you mean? What you
I
say?
want to send the link of the Google form to fill in the attendance, and I try to produce to give you all the certificate. I forgot how to give you the Google form link. This link that can you see in the chat here? I'm afraid this one is in my mode, my edit mode. Where you share the attendance. Copy Google form link and paste in chat box. Or already paste in the chat box.
Doktor, tapi yang sebelum ni pagi tadi dah ada yang bagi attendance.
Ada
Yes.
Oh, ada dah bagi attendance juga lah.
Yes.
Oh, okay, tak apa. So pagi tadi ada attendance, nanti I minta balik lah. Okay, because dah lama tak pakai Google Form, tak tahu macam mana nak share link . Okay, so ada soalan tak nak tanya? Sebab masa quite rush 3 jam aja. So I cuma fokus yang numerical method saja. So any question that you want to ask, Oh, anyone can resend attendance. Okay, link dekat attendance yang mana you all dapat pagi tadi ya? Boleh resend balik tak? Okay, or anyone know from the Google form, how am I going to send the link? Where is it? Get preferred ink. Yeah, okay. Already, someone already showed the link. Okay, thank you. Okay, before we end, if you have no question before we end, let's have a photo sections. Oh, only left 20. Tak banyak. So can you all please on your video and we have a photo sections. Tak nampak. You cannot see. Okay. Okay, can you all please on the video? Let's have a photo section so that we can put into the report nicely. Ada tak? Okay. Anyone? Okay. Oh, semua dah left. Tinggal 18. Yang tinggal boleh tak tolong buka video sekejap. Okay. And we want to have a photo section.
Boleh doktor.
Tapi tak nampak sebab tak biasa pakai Zoom. Biasa pakai Google Meet. Mana gambar pun tak nampak. Seperti mana? Boleh nampak tak? Boleh someone tolong tangkap tak? Dekat mana ada hilang I punya tu? Tak nampak you all punya gambar semua.
Maksudnya doktor end live dulu kot?
Kenapa?
Kena share screen tu kena tutup dulu kot.
Oh, kena stop .
Ha.
Baru nampak. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, nanti ya, tak nak pakai spek tak. And tinggal sikit aja. Macam nak tangkap ah? Macam you all tangkap gambar? Print screen ah? Okay, boleh tak sama ajarkan macam nak tangkap soal nak masuk report ah?
Print screen kot.
Print screen ah? Tapi tak banyak nampak. Semua tak buka ah? Okay, kejap. Tak nampak. Tak pakai spek, tak clear. Macam nak nampakkan semua?
Betul, you click view, then you can see the gallery view. You click that one.
View dekat mana?
Right corner.
Ah, yes. Gallery. Okay. Banyak dah tinggal ni, tinggal sikit. Okay, and then biasa yang pakai apa? Print screen ke? Print screen ah?
Yes, betul, print screen.
Print screen. Tapi kenapa gambar macam ni? Sekali lagi. Tak pakai spek. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3 ya. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, semua yang hadir nanti I cuba producekan sertifikat ah. Okay, so thank you for you all. Okay, for your time ah. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank
you,
you,
Doktor.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Dr. Asli dah habis. Siapa nak slide dekat tadi Google Drive saya? Jaino, okay. The slide in the Google Drive. Dapat tak? Tadi link. Let me share again the Google Drive.